All right, so today we're going to be going through deconstructing a prompt with the prompt number 3 that we have as an option for our writing process. Okay, can we start off by reading the prompt? Someone read that for us, Isaiah.
Choose 3 of these countries, U.S., Mexico, other countries that have gained land and explain how those nations grew. Contrast each nation to our study of U.S. expansion.
Okay, I'm going to gain land. I don't think this N is supposed to be, so I'm actually going to choose 3 of these countries. Okay, and I'm actually going to put this in parentheses because the U.S. should be one of your choices, right? We've talked about that. Mexico can be one of your choices, but it does not have to be. And then the other country, that's a country of your choosing, okay? So in order for us to break down the prompt, we need to understand what is the prompt asking us to do and what is it about, right? So the do refers to the action verbs. Right? So what are some of the action verbs that are in that prompt? Elisa?
Choose.
Choose, okay, that's one. What else? You guys can call them out. Abner?
Contrast.
Contrast. Choose. Contrast. Contrast is number 3, so I'm going to leave a little bit of space. What's my other one? Contrast. Rodolfo?
Study.
Study would not be one of the words because it's referring to the study, what we've already done. Right? The action verbs is something that it's asking us to do. Antonio?
Explain.
Explain. It's asking us to explain. Okay? So in order for us to be able to address these in the prompt, we have to make sure that we understand what they mean. So what does it mean to choose? In your own words, if I ask you choose something, Ebner? Pick, right? You're gonna make a choice. Okay? Explain and contrast. Who has an iPad? Oswaldo, can you look up what it means to explain?
I have an iPad.
You do have an iPad, Mr. Gray. Good job. While he looks that up, let's go ahead and identify the what in our prompt. What is this prompt asking us about? Read it over, and you can scoot over. You can get closer.
Why are you guys going over there?
Mr. Gray doesn't bite. What is it asking us about? Choose 3 of these countries that have gained land and explain how these nations grew. Contrast each nation to our study of U.S. expansion. What is it asking me about?
To compare U.S. and 2 other countries.
Okay, but compare, that's the action. That's what it's actually asking you to do. What is it asking you about? You said it.
Oh, the 3 other countries.
Good, 3 countries. 3 countries. 3 countries. And what else? Yeah.
Explain how those nations grew.
Okay, so it's asking us about the growth. Okay. Nations growth. And one more thing that it's asking me about. Hila?
To compare it to the study of the U.S. expansion.
Good, so I'm just going to put U.S. expansion because that's what it's asking about, right? So U.S. expansion. Okay, so now when we look at this, the do side of our T chart is going to explain what the prompt is actually asking us to do. We have to choose something, then we have to explain, and then we have to contrast, right? And Isaiah also said compare. So I'm going to add that in there, even though it's not directly in the prompt, it's implied, right? If you're going to contrast, that's meaning telling me how things are different, you should also tell me how they're the same, right? So even though that word is not in here, we can imply that that's something it's asking us to do, okay? Okay, and the what, it's asking me about 3 different countries. It's asking me about how those countries grow, so that the nation's growth, and how the U.S. is expanded. I can be a little bit more specific in the 1800s. that make sense?